Okay. There you go. Can you hear it?
No.
Huh?
No. Just pot it up. Okay. It's kind of low.
See, look. See, look. Our future's so bright, I gotta wear shades and rock and roll hair. Let the good times roll.
All right. Welcome aboard, folks. Although I don't hear anything in my headphones. I don't know if it's too. There we go. There we go. Now it's normal. Now it's normal.
So a little wiggle on the cord there, buddy.
Yes, sir. Are you all hearing me well? Is everything good? Just give me the heads up on the chat board if you guys are good and it sounds good. We will have a little fun here today as we're coming to you live from the Inter Miami CF Stadium. There we go. It's saying we good. Julius 305. I like it. I like it. There we go. John Rouse was first in the house. Julius 305. Gus 1388. There we go. Chris Clifton Wellman. I like it. Ohio John is in. Cody Douglas. Alex Diaz. There we go. I see the boys and girls are lining up. I like it. Welcome aboard. Hope you all are doing well out there.
Better than us.
As we get you to another adventure of the show. Plenty of stuff to talk about. I hope that the Dolphin Nation is happy because they won. They're 8-4. Although I will say this, and I talked about this on Onside. I learned something about Flo. Because obviously he proved me wrong big time when he ended up playing Tua on Sunday, which I never thought he would, which also tells me he was lying to us about limited, because there was no way he was limited if he plays him on Sunday. So I thought it was coy on his part, which I like. Look, you got to be that way in this business. If you can mislead people, you do it. And he definitely did. And the kid started off a little slow, but then got it going in the second half. And the good thing today, by the way, is that after all this crap and they beat down the sorry-ass Bengals, and the dirty Bengals too. That was the other thing that kind of pissed me off, because you're a nobody team, and to be acting like you're some kind of intimidation or something along those lines. And a lot of the crap that went on in that game was unacceptable, from the Mike Thomas hits to Sean Williams stepping on oh God, now I'm brain farting with the offensive lineman now. Solomon Kinley.
Solomon.
And so, talking about that, I'm glad to hear that Sean Williams was suspended for a game, because it was disgusting what he did with Solomon Kinley. And the good thing is that the Dolphins are not going to lose X or Devontae Parker in this game. At least that's not what it looks like, at least right now. So that's the good thing. But again, just a really solid performance by the Dolphins. And look, you saw the Pittsburgh Steelers lose to the Washington Redskins last night. If you saw the Denver Broncos give Kansas City everything they could handle, and Kansas City struggled to beat the Denver Broncos, which, by the way, makes the Dolphins' 7-1 run look even better now, because the only game they've lost in the last 8 games is to Denver, and Denver, they showed you that they're pretty good, that they can even give the best offense in the world problems. And they did in that one. So I thought that was actually a really good showing for Miami, because it kind of put them in a spot where, like, okay, well, some Dolphin fans that were overreacting about the Denver loss. I mean, listen, to think that this team was going to run the table and go all the way is just, it's crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those where I'm glad that they ended up winning. I'm glad that they're in a position now to continue to try to make the playoffs. I know Buffalo won yesterday, kind of expected that, and they're 9-3, so they're still a game ahead of Miami, but this still sets you up for the last game of the season. You still have a shot in that final game of the year. So and listen, in a way, I'm almost being greedy at this point if I'm so worried about the division, right? Because, I mean, think about it. We're in the second year of a rebuild. They're in the playoff race, and they actually have a shot at the division. That's crazy. It's just not supposed to be that way. Really. It's impressive that it is, but it's just not supposed to be that way. That's just not it. What's going on here in Miami. Now, maybe it's a little karma because we've gone through such hell for 20 years that maybe, the football gods are looking down on us saying, let's give these folks a little bit of a break. They've gone through 17 terrible quarterbacks. Maybe let's give them a little reprieve from being terrible. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things where finally, for us to watch this team come out of that rut that they've been in for 20 years, it's really nice. It really is, and it's really cool to be a part of a playoff run again. It's nice to be able to look at our team like a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? That all of those things are just, and it's not a perfect franchise yet. They're not a completed team. They got a long ways to go. They got to fix the offense. You still got to shore up a couple things on defense. There's a lot of things that you have to work on right now if you're the Miami Dolphins. But Lord knows we're way closer now than we've ever been in the last 20 years. Seriously, even in some of those years where they won 10 or 11 games, they weren't close. They weren't even anywhere near where you needed to be. Now, not that they're there, but they're well on their way, and they're getting much closer every single day. So it's actually cool. So I hope you all out there enjoyed the weekend and enjoyed the win, because it was just absolutely sweet to watch them win. Alex says he's still pissed off about the Bengals, Thomas and Williams. Well, the good thing is Sean Williams got suspended, but you should be pissed, because I'm pissed too, because they were dirty as hell. Alex says, you got to feel good about Alex Smith. Alex Smith is proven to be one of the toughest some bitches alive, man. To have your leg crushed and to go back out on the field and play that brutal game. And when you have nothing to prove, I got nothing but admiration for Alex Smith and everything that he's been able to accomplish. Super Boom Shack says, Bill needs to throw some Jerry curl juice in that hair. So there you go. You need some Jerry curls.
No, dude, look.
Don't do that, because you'll leave a stain on the wall or the couch when you lean back.
This is rock and roll hair. I'm letting the good times roll.
There we go.
Happiness. That's why we had the shades on, because our future is so bright.
That's it.
It's a good stuff here, man.
I like it. NorCal says Ross finally figured it out. He works on the property. Greer works on the team. Perfectville. That's right. That's exactly it. Stay out of the football decisions, and they'll be fine. That's it. Stephen Ross has no business talking football, deciding anything about football. He is a great owner if he just hires the right people and gets the hell out of the way, right? He doesn't have to worry about the stadium because Tom Garfinkel runs the business side of it, and Lord knows he's done an amazing job with that stadium. I mean, Tom Garfinkel has created, a really, really nice area now. He has improved it drastically now. Stadium, the experience, being there, getting to the stadium, walking to the stadium, walking back to your car, the tennis facility, the practice facility, everything that they've done, man. They've done a really nice job. The TVs all the way around, the roof, everything is just really the club area. They've done just a phenomenal job with all of that. And we got to give Stephen Ross credit. Really, because Stephen Ross finally realized that he's not there to make football decisions. He's just there to be a fan and write the checks. His job as an owner is hire the right people to run your job, to run your business, and get the hell out of the way. And Tom Garfinkel, right person to handle the business side. Chris Greer, right person to handle the football side. Just write the checks. Enjoy the money coming in on your bank account, because obviously there's way more money coming in than going out when it comes to the NFL, right? I mean, I think we've all learned that. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? I was going back and forth with this dude on Facebook who's a Patriots fan saying that our D isn't good enough to stay with Kansas City. I mean, nobody knows. He might be right, Alex, and you might be right if you say they do. I'll tell you this. If the corners are healthy, it gives Miami a chance. Okay? Because if you have X, you have Byron Jones, and Nick Needham, I like my chances. You know what I'm saying? So to me, they have players, but again, you don't get tested by Tyreek Hill every week. So you don't get tested by Travis Kelce every week. Those kind of guys are not on everybody's team. It'll be interesting to see how Miami can hang with the Kansas City offense. That'll be a beautiful challenge. But I don't think it's a question that anybody really can answer. We can debate it. We can state our cases. But we won't know until next week when they actually play. I mean, how many people picked Denver taking Kansas City all the way down to the fourth quarter and forcing them to, edge them out in the fourth quarter? Not a lot of people, right? Most people didn't think Denver was going to hang with them. You thought, yeah, come on, Kansas City will win 15, 20 points. They'll cruise in this one, young quarterback, all that stuff. They'll make mistakes. And they hung in there, man.
We talk about it, man. Divisional game, bro.
Yeah.
When it's a divisional game, you got to kind of almost throw out the records.
Not really. Washington and Pittsburgh last night. It's the NFL. It's the NFL, man.
In today's NFL, because of salary cap and the difference between 1 to 32
it's the NFL.
Being so minuscule, yeah, man. It ain't like the old days.
Yeah, it's the NFL. Can Bill burn his Bears jersey online? We can ask him. I doubt he'll do that, by the way, because he loves his Bears. Just because they're going through a sucky-ass time. We didn't burn any Dolphin jerseys in the last 20 years. The property is truly amazing. Oh, yes. Yes, you're talking about the stadium. Yes, it is. They've made it awesome. It's a great experience to go to games, is what it is. That's when Tom Garfinkel did an awesome job, because if I go to a game or a concert there, it's a pleasure to go to a game or a concert at that stadium. It just is. GP Trap says good afternoon to everybody. And he says, isn't this weather great change? It is. It is. Because it's not too cold. It's definitely not warm and no humidity. And there's no rain right now, which, it is beautiful. I'm looking down right now at the pitch, and the pitch looks just immaculate. And the stadium looks great. I saw the U.S. team practice this morning. I don't know if El Salvador is going to come out this afternoon and practice, because tomorrow we have a game here. We have the U.S. national team, and El Salvador will be playing. You'll be able to watch it. I believe it's on ESPN 2, maybe. And maybe it's on ESPN, actually, tomorrow night. But because I don't think you have a lot of things on Wednesday nights. NBA isn't really kicked in. The NHL is not going on. And tonight is the NFL game, actually, which, again, is so weird. We have an NFL game tonight, Cowboys and Ravens. But I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow night here at the stadium. So that's going to be cool. Sad part is that fans aren't able to come in. I don't know if
nobody, huh?
You know what? I'm lying to you right now if I told you yes or no. I know it's not like stadium fans, but maybe they're allowing those 2,500 or something. I'm not even exactly sure of it.
Let me say,
I know this. There's plenty of media that's coming.
For sure. Well, yeah.
This room. I was
standing room only.
I was just talking to Clay Ferrero, who was filling in for Alex Dono from Channel 10, and Clay told me that they're sending people over to cover the game tomorrow. So that tells me 4, 6, 7, and 10. There's not a lot of sports going on. And how many sports do you get in your backyard right now? Like the Heat
That
isn't
is on
playing.
a national level.
Yeah, no, you
right.
don't. It's just the Dolphins every other week. That's all you have, and the Canes. So if you can cover the U.S. national team, that's a story. Yeah, hell yeah, they're going to. So I would imagine the 2 Spanish stations will be here. All the local stations will be here. Onside Radio will be here. I can guarantee you that 790 and QAM will not be here. That's for sure, because they're not really an all-sports station. They barely have programming. So, it's one of those things, but it'll be a lot of fun out here. You can already sense the buzz in the building.
Listen,
because people are working to get it ready for the broadcast tomorrow, so it's been cool.
To elaborate on the manicuring of the field, you
Yeah.
ready for this? They had guys out there with spikes, kind of like the way they do in the greens of golf to keep it, nice and flat. They had guys walking around flattening down the grass, bro.
Yeah.
It was that intricate. I'm like, man,
I've told you,
golf green.
I've told you before.
Man.
They have people come by and clean the seats. Just 19,000 seats. I mean, it's just not. It's a big job. Even for Baker Mayfield, it's a big job to clean these seats. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it almost makes you want to go out there on that field and kick the ball around, man.
Just for the hell of it, right?
I mean, yeah, man. Look at it. You know how there's just fields that are inviting, like, come and play on me.
Right.
This field is so inviting.
Yep. It's actually really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to it. Lazy Lightsaber says, you're also perfect. Also Don Shula, Onside Radio with Big O. Love the intro, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you. That is part of the intro. Tito threw it in there. Let's see, what else do we have here on the text line?
How about some champagne popping going on last night? Thank you, Washington.
Oh yeah, Zonk.
Yeah,
Zonk
man.
yesterday. I'm a Washington man tonight, and he chugs a little bit of a drink.
I got to be honest with you, man. Last night, that first drive when San Francisco stopped them at the 1, I was like, okay. And then they went down the field, and they got stopped at the 1. I was like, man, you could just see the momentum. You had a chance to steal it. They gave it right back with them being stopped. It was a good game, but got to say, man, Buffalo, man, they are for real.
Yep.
No doubt.
Alex says, I want to go to that Inter Miami Stadium. It looks beautiful from the outside. It is beautiful, Alex. Inside, outside, everywhere. It's just done right. It's an absolute travesty. It's a crime. It's a shame that we had COVID this year and we didn't have this place packed, because you guys might have lifted the team to be a little better this year. That might have been a real key. But eventually, we'll all get back to normal again. The vaccine's coming out. And so hopefully 2021 will be, be a little different. 2020 has been a challenge for all of us. But, listen, man, we'll overcome it. We got to. It's the way it is. We'll get through all of that. Gio Milian says, Big O, I think if Miami can get the running game going, then that will open up our passing game. Do you think Changeli will go tempo with Tua on the offense against the Chiefs? For sure. Yeah, no, they're going to listen a little more to Tua now because Tua's having a little success and confidence. And so I think they'll give him the opportunity to kind of dictate some of that stuff. Listen, this is a feel-out process. Kids got to grow. Coaches got to, believe in you and give you the confidence, and you earn that trust. And I talked about this on Onside today. It's kind of like a parent and a child. The child doesn't get the immediate trust from the parent. You kind of got to earn it in a way, right? You got to earn it before they leave you in the house alone, that they think you won't throw a party. You know what I mean? You still throw a party. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? There's got to be a level of trust. And I think that's what's going on with Tua. And maybe this past weekend was the thing that crossed that trust threshold and put him over the top. So we'll see. But there's no doubt in my mind they'll do no huddle against Kansas City. Buenas tardes, Big O. Is it too much to ask for a win Sunday for my birthday? Let's shock the world. Antonio, it could happen. You never know. You never know, my brother. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say the Dolphins have no shot. Okay? If you ask me, do I think they're going to win? I'm going to tell you no, of course not, because Kansas City's the better team. So I'm just going to go with common sense that Kansas City should win. But am I going to sit here and say, but it's a guarantee? No. No. Miami can beat Kansas City. Miami can beat any team in the NFL right now. Now, they've got to play an absolutely perfect game in order to beat Kansas City. And I'm not telling you anything none of you know out there. I mean, you all know they've got to get it done. Let's see if they can.
Just because of our defense, we have a shot.
And the corners.
Yeah, well,
the corners.
Those guys are.
The corners are the key. The corners are the key, because if you had a great pass rush, he can nullify with quick decisions and the speed that they have with Kelsey.
He does.
Yeah, and that you're dead. But if you have great corners and you have a really good secondary, that's what gives you a chance against these guys. And that's what gives you a chance against Pat Mahomes, who is just absolutely sick.
Do you have to double over the top every play with Tyreek because of that
Pretty close.
vertical? You have to make sure you got somebody on the back end, right? Every play.
Yep.
And then everybody else has obviously got to be singled up.
Yep.
And who's the guy that gets the responsibility of dealing with Kelsey?
Oh, Eric Rowe.
Eric Rowe gets that?
Of course. He covers tight ends, bro.
Yeah, but
he covers tight ends.
We're talking about another level. Him and Kittle are on another level.
We don't have an Eric Rowe of another level. We just have Eric Rowe.
Eric Rowe's got to be the guy.
Right. We have no choice. You're not going to put X for Byron Jones. You're going to keep those guys on the outside.
Right.
So you're going to use Eric Rowe to cover him, and then you'll use Nick Needham to handle the slot.
As good as our corners are, you still have to have a safety over the top wherever Tyreek is.
Yes.
You got to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Tyreek Hill is just
you're just being responsible, right?
Yeah.
Giving your team a chance to win.
Yep. Willie Molina is asking, bro, question. You like Joe Rose? Why wouldn't I like Joe Rose? Why would I dislike Joe Rose? I can disagree with Joe Rose, but why wouldn't I like Joe Rose? What the hell did Joe Rose do to me to dislike him? Nothing. He's never affected my world or nothing. In fact, if anything, he's influenced me on this business years ago. I wish him the best, man. He's probably, knowing Joe, he's probably hating life right now at QAM. I mean, he's getting paid, so it doesn't matter. But he's probably hating the way they do business now. I can tell you that. Probably hates being in his house every single day. But no, Willie, I got nothing against Joe. Joe's a good dude. We could disagree and banter and argue and all that stuff, but not that it's anything personal for me with Joe. Let's see. Any update on Landon Roberts? No, they won't tell us anything. Tomorrow is maybe when we start getting something on the injury list, and we'll find out where Landon Roberts starts. I would like to have him for this game. I'm with you there, but it's way more important to have that secondary healthy for this game. Let's see. What else do we have here? More RPO passing and more Lynn Bowden. I'm with you. I love what I saw from Lynn Bowden. Let's see. I really like listening to you, Big O and Joe. Yes, I know you're not fond of Jimmy Cephalo. Well, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, but Cephalo's a phony. You know what I mean? Joe's a regular guy. That's the difference. Joe actually works at this. He tries. He gets this business. Jimmy Syphilis. Yeah, no. That I'll tell you. Definitely. Trey says, if you contain the cheetah, we got a chance. I mean, Trey, how can you argue with that, my brother? I'm with you 1,000%. Now, controlling that cheetah. Hey, that's not easy, my brother. That is not easy. Okay. Maybe the only person that can control that cheetah is Carol Baskin, right? Is that her name? The one that allegedly killed her husband, right? The Catwoman. Yeah, maybe that one. Maybe that one can slow the cheetah down because she'll kill it. John Santos says, I hope we can make it to the Super Bowl and win it. I got lots of S to tell Dolphin haters. Hey, John, that day will come. I don't think it's this year, my brother, but it will come. Okay? Big OK, hola. Any news on Preston Williams? Thank you. No, nothing, my brother. Nothing at all. Nothing. Let's see.
Regarding injuries, I mean, Flo in no uncertain terms said, I'm not going to go there.
All right, no.
I mean,
give me a break.
Then based on his track record from last week, how he handled Tua.
That's it.
What does that tell you?
He bullshitted us completely about Tua. He'll continue to be
misdirection.
Yeah. I loved it. That's great. He fooled the crap out of me. I was completely dumbfounded.
Yeah, you were saying you could bet the house, man.
Bet the house, bro.
Quoting you on that.
Yeah. That means now I know when he says limited, I'm not believing it anymore. That's for sure. Because there's no effing way he was limited all week, and then you played.
No.
And he said after the game he practiced well. That's not limited. He would have said, with the limited reps we gave him, he looked good enough to start her. And the beauty, see, you got to understand that Flo is a genius on this. Okay? Follow me on this. The players love you. They didn't tune you out at 0-7, correct? So you went 5-4 after that. Now you're 8-4 or 8-3 going into that game. Okay, let's call it like the way it is. So players are all bought in. And if he wants to hide how much Tua's practicing, do you think those guys are going to rat him out? No chance. None. Because they understand what he's doing. They understand the advantage it gives them because they've got to prepare for teams every week. And sometimes when there's a problem with the quarterback, they may have to prepare for two quarterbacks. So they know what it's like. So that's why they were all behind it. And what's the NFL going to do? Challenge whether he was limited or not? How are they going to prove it? Players aren't, he was limited all week. They'll all have the same story. So that's the beauty that you can't prove it. But clearly he did a lot more than just limited throughout the week if you were playing him. And let me tell you why he also played him. The main reason why he played him this week. I'm now, I start to piece things together and I start to try to figure out, and read through the trees. I think Flo felt like, well, wait a minute, I benched him for the second half of the Denver game. He didn't play the Jets. If he doesn't play Cincinnati, how in the hell am I going to put him out there on the field against a red-hot Kansas City, the best team in the NFL the last 2 years, the greatest offense on the field right now in the NFL? How am I going to do that to the kid when he hasn't played in 2.5 games? He's going to be cold. So I need to get him in here and against Cincinnati. I need to get him reps, hopefully have some success, build the confidence up, get some rhythm going. So that way he doesn't walk into the Kansas City game flat out cold. So I think Flo was playing chess. We were playing checkers. And we were just thinking about the moment, and he's thinking about the next move. Because when you play chess, you're not thinking of the next move. You're 3-4 moves ahead. You're trying to anticipate what you're going to do and what your opponent's going to do and how it sets it up. And that's what he was doing. He was playing chess. He knew he had to get some reps to at least get it because he wants his kid in games like the Rams, in games like Kansas City, in games like Buffalo at the end of the season, and New England coming up. He wants those games that are difficult. He wants those games that are a challenge. He wants those games because that's the ultimate experience for Tua. This was just a precursor to kind of get you warmed up and get you in a groove a little bit against the Bengals. But next week, those are the kind of games that christen a player. Those are the ones that say, welcome to the NFL, one way or the other. Whether you lose or you win. Let's see. Willie says, I love Joe Rose. Yeah, I was just curious. Okay. All right. I was wondering if you were curious because you thought something. Last night, Allen passing with no pressure. We got something for him in Buffalo. Hey, Drew Boo, I got to tell you, man, listen, we need to, well, at least not we. I'm not going to speak for you guys, but I'm going to speak for myself. We got to get to the point already where we're saying Josh Allen he's the shit, man. Okay? There's a guy that I saw him at the Senior Bowl, and I thought he was just going to be a big old athlete with the cannon of an arm and had no idea what to do with it. And his first year, he looked like an absolute disaster. And then last year, he got better with 20 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Now he's, I believe, at 26-8. He's at 3-to-1 ratio now. This is a guy that has arrived. Okay? He's arrived. He is the best quarterback in our division. It's not even up for debate. Any of us that thought he wasn't going to be a good quarterback and an accurate quarterback were wrong. I know I am. I can only speak for myself because I don't know how many of you did not believe in Josh, but I did not believe in Josh Allen. He's the first guy in all my years doing this that actually has proven me wrong that inaccurate quarterbacks can become accurate. I mean, the plays that kid makes when he gets snuffed out of the pocket and he's scrambling and he resets and throws and the accuracy, I got to give him a lot of credit. He is not a complete product yet, but he is well on his way. Okay? I mean, Tito screwed me up today. He asked me a really difficult question, put me in a terrible position. But again, I have to be honest. He said, right this second, who do you take for the next 5 years? Josh Allen or Tua? I said Josh Allen. Why? Because he's built like a redwood tree. Got a cannon for an arm. He's actually accurate. I know he can take a beating. I'm not exactly sure if Tua can take a beating. I love Tua's upside. I love him as a quarterback. I love him as a passer. We all know that with the one concern I've always had with Tua is durability. And he's already shown, a lack of durability by not, hitting his finger on a helmet. Whether it's bad luck, durability, whatever you want to call it, but he's already missed time. And Josh Allen is a beast. Guy's taking hits left and right, especially at first year. I mean, he might have had a concussion and everything that first year, 1 or 2. But Josh Allen has arrived. When you're wrong, and you just got to say it.
Only Buffalo quarterback in history, and we know our guy from the Canes.
Kelly.
Okay? 300-yard games with 4 touchdowns. Kelly did it twice in one season. Fitzpatrick, when he played for them, did it twice in a season. He's now done it 3 times this year.
Yeah.
And we've got 4 games left, man.
Yeah.
The kid, yeah, man, he's definitely got it going on, man. No doubt.
I see Agba coming in with a chip on his shoulders going up against his old team. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Dolphins have a chance, but Chiefs have the equalizer. Dolphins can play perfect for 58 minutes and still lose. I can see Shula in heaven popping the champagne bottle when the Steelers lost. Yep. I agree. Let's see. Mike says, need huge plays on special teams to beat KC. Well, Miami special teams is one of the best in the league. I was laughing about what you said about Jimmy Cefalo, que es fulero. I don't know what fulero means, but I know he's a lazy ass that, doesn't know squat about sports. That I can tell you. Oh, do you think we'll try to bring Ford back? He could help the receiving core. I have no problem bringing back Isaiah Ford. Patriots released him. That would be one that I have no issues with. I like what he did here overall. Plus, we got a pick for him. So how about the Patriots? They trade away a pick for a guy that they cut later on. That's like weird. Cefalo equals the worst football announcer ever. Yep. I'm telling you, he is definitely the worst. What do you think of the Panthers allowing fans to come back once the NHL returns? I have no problem with that, but I don't know if it'll be 100%, Alex. It'll probably be 25 is what they're allowing. So maybe it's the 25% is what they're talking about. Kinley at left guard seemed to improve our O-line, particularly in the run. Yeah, right. He did look a little more comfortable on the left side than the right side. Yeah, but remember, Eric Flowers plays left, so that's why they played him on the right. If Eric Flowers, which have we heard anything? I haven't heard anything from Eric Flowers. It looked like an Achilles tendon. It looked like, to me, he was toast in that sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like to me. Um, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the program, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, because that, my friends, is a 24-hour talk show. And you can follow us there as always. What else do we have here? There you go.
You're awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. We'll do that. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Go ahead, play your music. Back with more. Line up any questions or comments that you have. We will read them on the other side. Back with more right here on the Big O Show.
Okay. What it said something about. Yeah, you're done. Okay. You know what I'm doing? You know that update it's been kept asking me to do so we could do the moniker. I'm seeing if I could get the update and maybe connect. Just for whatever reason, dude, it shows up like there and it's circling and trying to get Mevo the camera. And it ain't cooperating. So would you like to find and connect devices on your here we go. Okay. Dude, Dolphin fans should feel good about blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
Yo. What's up?
All right. All righty. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We take you till I have no idea when. We will do our best here, get you by. Michigan, Ohio State canceled. COVID. Jalen Hurts is starting for the Eagles. He came in and threw a touchdown. Carson Wentz, obviously, this is going to be a problem for Doug Peterson because they're paying a lot of money for Carson Wentz, and yet this kid has completely lost it. And Peterson now, if you start Jalen Hurts with that kid on the bench now, that's not a good look for that coach. I don't really listen. I'm not a believer in Jalen Hurts either, although he's really easy to root for because he's such a good kid. But he's just one of those guys that just doesn't convince me as a passer. So this will be a very interesting story to watch how it develops as Jalen Hurts now is named the starter in all of this. Jesse, Minneapolis, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you giving us a little love on the Super Chat. He says, "Big O, I'm going to do it. Probably set myself up for heartbreak, but our Dolphins will shake up the world on Sunday." I hope so, man. I hope you're right. I hope it happens. Would be really nice. It would be an amazing story, right? Because that 9th win would also get you that much closer to the playoffs, and that's the hardest game you have left out of the 4. Raiders are winnable, Patriots are winnable, and Buffalo's winnable. Okay? And this game, it's not that I would call it winnable, but I would actually say that, this is one of those where just let go, man. It's just one of those where I just think that it puts you in a position that you're like, it would inflate all our heads because all of a sudden then the Dolphins are taking another amazing step forward that we would never imagine. We didn't think they would be in the playoffs. They got a shot at the division. And if you go and beat the world champions, then all of a sudden you're saying not only could they make the playoffs, not only could they win the division, that they could maybe make a run in the playoffs. The story gets more impressive as the season develops. Kind of like last year, right? It was 0-1, 0-2, and 0-7, and then it took off, and it started to get better and better and better. It's funny because from that 0-7, all you're doing is quickly getting better because you are 7-1 in the last 8 games. So that definitely means you're quickly getting better. But yeah, a win against them would be amazing. John says, would you consider hiring Joe Rose for onside? I would love Joe Rose here. Only problem is, I can already tell you, Joe's gone. Once this last year is over, he's done. He's out the door. He's probably not going to do this anymore. He doesn't have to do it. The dude's worked hard enough already, long enough. He probably wants to rest and relax now at this point with his wife. So I doubt it. But yeah, no, Joe would be perfect here with us. Let's see. Honestly, I was really surprised by Flowers' play this season. Him and Kinley killing it. Yeah. Oh, your lineup throughout the day, very good. Most are new to me, but a good mix of talent. Thank you. Thank you. There's some new people that I think will grow on a lot of people. I think Toast and Marsh are doing an excellent job from 6 to 8. I love our guys from the Morning Juice. They're young. They're new at this because they've been podcasting for 5 years. They've never done radio. And so this is kind of a new thing for them. But I think it's an adjustment that they're going to make. And I think people will end up, falling in love with those guys and giving them an opportunity. They're a fun bunch of guys. And I think that they're going to be a good follow for people out there. Yeah, man. We got a lot of good people on our staff. Let's see. Big O, why don't the Dolphins hire Dan Marino as a QB coach to help Tua develop? He went to the Super Bowl as a rookie. Just saying. Marino doesn't want to coach, bro. Marino likes his life where he consults, goes to play golf, talks to a couple sponsors, shows up at the game, hangs out with the owner, hangs out with the GM, drops a little knowledge, goes home. He doesn't want those 16-hour days. He doesn't want those days or months where you just don't see your parents, let's say, your family that much. That's not.
He just wants to be on the periphery,
yeah,
involved,
yeah,
but not in the meat.
No.
Kind of like Magic. Magic's the same way.
Right. He figured it out after he saw, coaching. No, that's not for me. I'm out of here. Let's see. Big O, this is a mental Super Bowl right now for the game versus the Chiefs. It's just a big-ass game and a measuring stick is what it is. Buffalo and Allen are much better than I thought. I think they're a better team than us at this point, but in a year or two, we'll be better with Tua balling. Yes, I agree.
Well, we also make an upgrade to running back. We have a whole full stable of receivers. I mean, let's be honest. We've been missing a receiver every game this season.
Yeah.
And we're not talking, your threes and your fours. We're talking your ones and your twos between Preston and obviously Devontae coming back from the injury, man. It's been a struggle. Our backfield. When have we had?
No, they got to load up on a lot of things on offense. They'll do that. They'll do that this offseason. I'm not concerned about that. They'll do it in the offseason and they'll get it done. That part, I'm 1,000% convinced that they'll fix all of that. Like they did with the defense this offseason, they'll fix the offense. You just can't fix everything at once. But Troy, I'm with you. Buffalo's a better team right now. Come on, man. I mean, let's just admit it. They're just a better team right now. Not that Miami can't win the division. Not that Miami can't beat them in a couple of weeks. They can. But I'm just saying they are the better team. But I'm with you. In a couple of years, Miami becomes the better team in the division. I thought Allen was going to be another JP Lossman. I was wrong, says man of 1,005 holds. The challenge with Allen is how he has learned to play on script. He used to just be able to ad lib plays. Yep, that's it. That's good eye by you, Mike. Onside the show, one of your colleagues mentioned that you were not big on Josh Allen. Hell, all of us. Oh, you're talking about Clay Ferrero. Yes, because Clay heard me talk about it on my show that I was wrong about Josh and that we should admit already that the kid's balling, bro. Kid's a baller. You know what I'm saying? So he came in. He goes, man, I'm so glad you said that because so many people were negative on the kid, but a lot of them aren't willing to admit it. And look, man, you do this long enough, you're going to get a lot of stuff wrong. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's either or. It's A or B. It's left or right. Right? You got two choices. So there's a 50% chance that you might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It happens. But you got to give the kid a lot of credit, man. He looks so good. Let's see. Right now you're being honest with the comparison to Tua. Well, we have no choice. I think I'm pretty honest every day. I may not be right every day. I might be right and wrong, but I think I'm brutally honest every day, always about everything. If Tua outperforms Mahomes on Sunday, he's going to be able to have any girl in South Florida. RB Blanco, the beauty about all of this is I don't think Tua thinks that way. Tua is not as the sergeant would tell Mayo in Officer and a Gentleman, so come on, you could go with your daddy and go home, Jason. That is not, and I know I dated myself by this, and most of you have no idea about the scene I'm talking about in Officer and a Gentleman. You got to be old. If you haven't watched the movie, An Officer and a Gentleman, you are missing out on one hell of a movie, by the way, loaded with actors. But anyway, Tua's not that guy. Tua's not about, hey, look at me on social media and follow me. And Tua's not the guy that is hoe chasing. He's not the guy looking for praise. He's kind of an all business guy. He is a lot like Russell Wilson. He's a lot like, I don't know, maybe Wayne Gretzky was this way, because it didn't look to me like Wayne Gretzky was the trash talker. You know what I mean? Didn't look to me like Wayne Gretzky was dying to be seen or whatever. He was kind of the quiet, unassuming superstar. You know what I mean? And I think Tua is like that he's like Russell Wilson, that he ain't hoe chasing, but he'll end up with one hell of a woman, right? You seen Ciara? So Russell isn't the guy that was just going around and banging women left and right. But he's the guy that when he does find one, she's going to be pretty special. You know, that kind of, because he's the kind of dude that he's a special guy. So he's going to attract that kind of woman usually. You know what I mean? It doesn't always go that way, but I could guarantee you that he probably is going to attract a really good woman. And he's just not that guy. And I think it's great for all of us that he doesn't act like Johnny Manziel. I just don't feel that that's who he is. You know what I mean? If he outperforms Mahomes and wins, he'll just be happy about the team winning. He's the boring guy, bro. That's who he is. He's just not. He's Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter's not, out there, but women are coming to him, and quietly he's just, having fun. But he's not out there in the clubs after every game, and he's not on social media and all of that. Yet, when it came to that, Derek had his line of really nice women in his life, right? But if you look at it, he really wasn't going out with these crazy bitches. Usually he went out with pretty, cool looking, they're definitely great looking, but I'm saying like normal women. They weren't like crazy ass women, because that's not what Derek's going to do. That's not what Wayne Gretzky's going to do. That's not what Russell's going to do. That's not what Pat Mahomes is all about. That's not what Tua is all about. See what I'm saying? There's certain guys that are wired differently, and Tua's wired like that. He's just not the guy that's going to be going crazy. Let's see. I wouldn't mind have Gailey for 2 more years. I think you'll have Gailey at least 2 more years. I don't think he'll be here a long time. I think he's kind of here to establish it and then get the hell out. And they'll groom somebody under Gailey, and then he'll go. I think they'll do something like that. Let's skip to the last game. You got me heated, Big O. I want us to punch out Allen. All right? Drew Rosenau said on Sports Extra that it wasn't serious. It wasn't serious that it looked. We'll see. Let's see. What else do we hear? Be careful. We can hear your hot mic. Oh, okay. Yeah. Our mics, we're still on in the break. Thank you. Man, Big O, you remember Jamie Nails and Todd Wade? Man, love to get me some maulers like those dudes. Yeah. And 2 really nice guys, by the way. Jamie Nails was super, super cool. And Todd Wade was a nice guy. Like just a quiet, normal guy. But Jamie Nails was a really, really nice man. Super cool. Let's see. What else do we need? What else? What else? Remember when Goff and Wentz were decent? Damn, they stink. What else do we have here? We don't need Ford. Let Bowden and Callaway get the reps to grow with Tua. Well, but you can use the space. It's not like the 53rd man or whatever it is. You can use Isaiah Ford there as a insurance policy and a guy that knows the system. Remember, that's very important. He can step right in, run all the routes, knows everything. So that's really, really important. Is that Greta on your face? Yes, sir. Greta Van Fleet. Damn straight, it's Greta on my face. Dan don't want no damn QB coach. He's on a boat full of hoes. Let's see, what else do we have? Yes, I'd love to see you and Joe Rose combo up. That would be epic. But yeah, Joe tiene su tiempo. Yeah, no, Joe's gone, bro. Joe is another year, and then he's out. Big O, you're realistic and objective. Así es. No podemos tirar mucha paja mental. There you go. Yes. No mental masturbation here. Has anyone else binge watched Miami Vice during the quarantine? Like the old Miami Vice? Is that what you're binge watching, Super Boom Shack? The old Miami Vice? I do love watching the old Miami Vice, but I don't binge watch it. I'll watch like an episode every once in a while and enjoy it because I watch it. I got to tell you something. I watch it because I want to see like old Miami, how things were then and how they are now. And I remember, wow, that building's no longer there. That street's different, this, that, you know. And I love the soundtrack because it is the TV show with the greatest soundtrack in the history of mankind, womankind, childkind, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. In the history of television, it doesn't even come close. Miami Vice, by miles and miles and miles and miles, is the greatest soundtrack ever for a TV show. Right after it would be Supernatural. Just, you know, if you want to discuss what would be number two, a distant second, but would be number two in my book, Supernatural. Okay? But that's kind of why I end up watching Miami Vice. More of the before and after, and especially Miami Beach. Holy crap, how Miami Beach has changed compared to what you see on Miami Vice. I mean, Miami Beach looks like what it used to be. One giant crack house. Right? I mean, think about it. When you watch Miami Vice, it just, the beach looks so scummy. Because back in those days, in the early 80s, the beach was kind of scummy. It was. Let's be honest. Let's call it like we see it. Oh, Ford is back? They signed him already? I didn't even see that. When did they sign him? Okay. I'm gonna see. I did not know that. 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. I missed that. When did they sign Isaiah Ford? I have no idea. Did they just sign him? Was this like during the show, or was this before everything has gone, like before today started? Was it yesterday or something along those lines? Because I had no idea. Oh, there it is. Oh, it just came across the wire. Okay. So Dolphins signed Isaiah Ford to the practice squad. There you go. He didn't play a snap for the Patriots. So we got a draft pick. I mean, okay, so wait a minute. So let me explain something here. Let me understand this. So the Dolphins signed Isaiah Ford, the guy they traded to them for a 6th-round pick. They drafted Ford in the 7th. They picked up a 6th. He doesn't play one down for them. They release him, and we get him back to our practice squad? I mean, they're the Dolphins, and we're the Patriots now. Right? I mean, that's what the Dolphins would do under prior regimes, under prior GMs. Those are the kind of stupid moves that we would watch our team do. Yeah, Sammy Morris, let's cut him. There he goes to New England playing well. That used to happen like all the time. Izzo goes and becomes he was good with us, but he obviously continued to be a star for them. Wes Welker, well, we trade him, he becomes a Pro Bowler. And these are the things that used to happen all the time. Isaiah Ford was productive with us. They couldn't even get him on the field. That's so Dolphins right there. That shows you how much things have changed, that the Dolphins are in the driver's seat now. Now, Chris Greer is smoking Bill Belichick in trades now. How embarrassing is that? I like that. Let's see. The way Tua carries himself, I love it because when Grant dropped the ball, he encouraged Grant and pretty much said, don't worry about it. Of course. That's Tua's a leader, man. He's well-grounded. You could tell his parents did an outstanding job with that young man. Let's see what else. Former strippers on a high alert status. Okay. Geez, Alex talked about a man crush. Raise your hand if you had a hard-on when Big O discusses anything about Tua. You guys are a trip. I love watching Nails on run plays when they had him pulling and destroying linebackers. Remember that? Greta Van Noy. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have? Just imagine if we had Wilson and Hearns on our receiving core would be much better. Yep. That's why next year when they draft a couple of speedsters, that will definitely help out. I'm with you there. And Super Boom Shack says, yes, the DVD collection. Ah, there you go. Nice. Nice. Let's see. So Safid reported it, huh? I saw it there on Roto World. Let's see. Ray says, great memories from classic Miami Vice. It was a must-see on Friday nights. I remember running back home to see the new episode and the way Miami Beach looked. Yeah. I remember watching the episode, then going out to Miami Beach to 12:35 or whatever the hell we were going to in those days. Ovo, yes, definitely. We'd go to Ovo like after 12:35. I don't know why, but Ovo was like the one that you would stay a little later than 12:35.
Ovo was a more upscale
right,
group.
Right,
know?
Right. What was the one that we used to go to like on 20th? You know which one I'm talking about?
20th.
Yeah, where that park is, and then there's the deli, and then there was one. It's like 21st, and then you'd make a left, and it was a white building in the corner. It was off of Collins. It was like a block off of Collins and 21st. So Ovo 12:35, and that was the other big club back in those days. What's the name of that club? Does anybody know? You know which one I'm talking about?
Is that where they did something with Miami Vice?
Yeah.
One night, I think.
Yeah, they might have.
Oh man.
They might have.
It was all like black and white.
Yeah.
The tile, if I remember correctly, like the hallway going to the bathrooms, it was all black and white tile.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can put myself in the place, and I cannot remember the name to save my life.
Somebody might remember the.
See, I remember us doing.
They did a scene in Strawberries. Yeah, but Strawberries was in Hialeah across from Casanova's.
Yes.
The one I'm talking about is not Strawberries. This is at Miami Beach on like 21st, and you'd make a left on 21st in Collins and go down a block, and it was right on the corner. It was a white building. I remember that. I just don't remember the damn name of the place. See, no, not the China Club.
I remember us being more Fort Lauderdale to start
the
night.
Yes, Joseph's and all those places.
Pizzazz, Christopher's.
Yesterday's, yep. Park Avenue.
Yes. And then, what was the other? Studio 54, right?
Yes, that was the one on, that was on Oakland.
Oakland. Like
right.
One,
yes.
That was the first one. Then there was
the glass entrance.
Yesterday's, right?
Yes, Yesterday's.
It was 54, Christopher's, Yesterday's, and then
Park Avenue.
Further.
Park Avenue was like closer to Boca. Remember the Park Avenue one we used to go to?
Well, that would be nights that like Joseph's was ridiculous to get in and be like, let's keep going.
All right. Yeah.
And that club up in Boca
could have been back streets too back in the day. No, Nikki Beach. No. Club New. Yes, Club New.
Club New.
You.
Club New.
You got it. Club New.
That was one
Club
of those
New.
Miami Vice premiere.
That's it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Third or fourth
Yeah,
season.
Yeah. You're right. It was Club New.
I mean,
way to go.
Obviously,
who got
the
it?
Times.
Julius 305. You bastard. You clubber. You.
Being in the bathroom.
You were clubbing like us.
Being in the bathroom, the ridiculousness.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Sign of the times.
Yes, it was snowing in those bathrooms in those days. Lots of snow in those bathrooms. Big O, do you think Mike Kozlowski was a good safety? Where did that come from? The cause. Oh man, the club you're talking about was the old Amnesia. I know it as Club New. I don't think it was called Amnesia. Maybe it was called Amnesia after or something, but I know it was Club New. It was definitely Club New. That you guys got it right.
Did you notice that these guys are out there practicing right now?
Yeah. These are this is El Salvador that's going to come out now. So early on, the goalies come out.
They're out,
and all the rest of I can't see the team right now because I got to stand. If not, but yeah, it looks like El Salvador is out to practice because see they've got the sign out.
And oddly enough, they're hanging out in the shade where it's a little cooler.
Yeah.
You
but
would
they're
think
probably
they'd be
warmed
down
up.
there with those guys over there in the sun.
Warsaw, no. Warsaw was not the place. No. I know you're trying to, play a joke. I get it. Because I know Warsaw. I get it. The folks at Warsaw play for the home team. So I get what you're saying. I got you. Today marks the 40th anniversary of the death of John Lennon. Yeah. That was in a Monday Night Football game. Right in the middle of a Monday Night Football game because that's when Howard Cosell breaks in and says, John Lennon shot dead on arrival.
Howard Cosell, between that and then Son of Sam announcement during the Yankees.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got two major all-time cut-in, and back then
it was
you didn't get stuff like that. Maybe during the break, hey, at 11 o'clock at night, we'll be talking about blah, 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 give you a heads up like that. But breaking news, man, it didn't exist.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
You know what club I was just thinking of, Fire and Ice, bro.
Yes. That was a fun place. With all the cartoons, the porno cartoons going on Thursday nights. I like it. What else do we have? Will the USA versus El Salvador game be open to the public? I don't believe so, Mike. I don't believe so. If anything, they might have sold the 2,500 tickets. Maybe you know what you should do, Mike? Because I'd be lying to you, man. I haven't checked if they have any tickets because I work at the stadium, so it's like I'm oblivious to it because I'm gonna watch it for free.
Just rub it in, why don't you? Okay.
I'm at the stadium. What am I gonna do? BS the man. You know what you should do? Go to Ticketmaster and just put USA versus El Salvador and see if it comes up. And if it doesn't come up, then that means it's not sold to the public. You know what I mean? I believe. Oh, actually, they are going to have 2,500 fans here. Yes. You know why? I now remember. I think they gave the season ticket holders the first dibs on it. And then what's left over goes to the sale on the public side. So, Mike, there are tickets. There are tickets. Now I remember. Yes, there are. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm kind of oblivious to it, but yes, there are tickets. So I don't know if there's still any tickets available, but you can come to the game tomorrow. There's a certain amount of tickets. Go check it out. I would do that if I'm you. The Edge and Bermuda Triangle was where I was dancing. The Edge and Bermuda Triangle. Now, are those like legitimate clubs? Because I don't remember any of those. I mean, that's like, I have no, where was the Edge and where was the Bermuda Triangle?
I remember a banana boat.
Oh, yeah, off of in the beach, North Miami. Yeah, I remember that. Yep. Haha, sorry, Big O. You take me to Miami, bro. I'm nostalgic. Let's see. Penrod's and Button South were the best. That was fun back in the day. You talk about Fort Lauderdale, right? That's, I would imagine, because you're saying Button South.
Yeah, because look, the Penrods that was on the beach, that was okay. You know, I mean, I get it, but no, it was nothing, man.
Edge is in Fort Lauderdale. I don't remember the Edge or Bermuda Triangle. I don't remember any of those. You know, 50% of why I love you, Big O. I jump into a Miami time capsule kind of rocket ship.
Remember going to Confetti's?
Yes.
And then celebrating New Year's.
Yes,
you know,
Confetti's right off of US 1 and commercial,
they
right?
used to sell those, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was commercials.
To sell
'Cause
those big, huge buckets of liquor. And
I mean, it was a little bit before my time, but Confetti's was Pete and Lenny's, right? Wasn't Pete and Lenny's then turned Confetti's? Because Pete and Lenny's was before my time. I'm 54.
Right.
That was more of the late 70s to maybe very early 80s.
That was the club back.
Pete and Lenny's was one of them.
We knew the name because it was always on the radio being advertised.
Yeah. I believe Pete and Lenny's became Confetti's.
The other club that was
correct.
that was Confetti's was great for picking up. Girl, like I can remember like always meeting girls at Confetti's.
Yeah.
And another one, Gee Whiz.
Oh,
North
yes.
Miami Beach.
North Miami Beach.
Man.
Yeah.
That, because of the round shape of the building, man, and being up on the second floor. That was really cool, actually.
Super Boom Shack says, Big O, my aunt owned Strawberries and sold it to Luther Campbell, and then she bought Warsaw. Wow. So your mom was pretty smart. So she was on the good side of Strawberries and then rode the wave with Warsaw. Because I went to Strawberries many times. I remember seeing Sylvester at Strawberries. And then Strawberries became a rock bar. And we would go there all the time to go see metal bands, local metal bands. It wasn't like any kind of, touring bands or anything. It was local bands from South Florida. A lot of them from Hialeah, Miami Lakes, actually. So, yeah. What was the name of the big club in Coconut Grove on the top floor of Coco Walk? You're talking about Mutiny? The Mutiny was in.
The Mutiny was
no. He's talking about Instant Bitters.
Instant Bitters.
Was it in Mayfair?
No, Instant Bitters was in the Mayfair Hotel.
Right?
Yeah. But no, he's thinking
Coco Walk. He's probably thinking that, right?
No,
Coco Walk didn't exist. Like, it didn't have a club.
Yes, it did. In the back, opposite where Fat Tuesdays was. It was on the same level, but on the other side, not street side.
What club was that?
Dude, I can't remember, but they would have like $5 entrance and drink free till 8, 9 o'clock on Fridays from 6 to 8. Stupid stuff like that. God, I cannot. Oh man, I went there a few times. I
don't remember the club in the.
But here, look, you remember you remember the Improv? You remember where the Improv was at Coco Walk?
Oh yeah,
Cafe to the Tangos.
Yeah,
on that side. It was on the opposite side.
Wasn't
just
that
in the back?
Wasn't that Lizard place? Something called some Lizard or whatever. It's they had one on Pembroke Pines.
Yes, there was 2 of them. Yes.
That's that club that was there, right?
That's yes, exactly.
What was it called? I know because I used to do radio shows at the one in Fort Lauderdale.
Because it was exactly opposite, like
Cafe Iguana. That's it.
Cafe Iguana.
So it was Cafe Iguana, right?
Yes.
There you go. Cafe Iguana was the one. There you go. How about that? There you go. That's our
bakery center.
That's our reminisce. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back in a couple minutes. We'll continue the program. Go ahead, Bill. Roll. We'll be back in a few minutes right here on the Big O Show. Yellow.
Yo, you know what happened?
VSS West Pines.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNovoZones.com. A travel documentary on breaking barriers. I go to the places that the TV tells me here, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opa-locka, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNovoZones.com.
Hey, it's Big O for EJE Construction. Listen, I've been telling you about Eric for a long time now. Custom home builder for additions, home remodeling. We're not talking about a handyman. Maybe you want to redo that man cave. We're not going to a lot of live sporting events. So if you want to improve that experience in your man cave, call them 305-433.
You got it, my brother. Thank you.
Tell them that Big O sent you. Go to the Instagram page. You can see the before and after there. You'll be impressed. EJE_construction.
You got what?
305-433. Website, EJEconstruction.com.
America's premium sports sedan is an Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. TLX, $259 a month, $259, and Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
So he's the second.
America's premium sport compact sedan is an Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. 2020 ILX, $199 a month, $199, and Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
Hey, it's Big O for all of your family dental needs. Please reach out to Moody's Dental. I've known Eric for a while, a big fan of our show. Call him at 305-821-0231. Whether it's you or your kids that need some dental help, whether it's implants, Invisalign, they are the experts. Or if you're just looking to fill a cavity or use your teeth, or maybe you can get a crown.
And I also don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Family-like atmosphere. And of course, talk about being clean. That's what it's all about in today's society. You are going to go to an extremely clean place. Go to MoodySDental.com. Go to the website. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Moody's Dental. Tell them that Big O sent you. 305-821-0231 or go to MoodySDental.com.
Travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the TV tells me here, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opa-locka, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNovoZones.com.
All of your CBD, THC, or hookah needs, you got to get on down to VSS West Pines at 12397 Pembroke Road. Yes, they have got legal THC. You got to check it out. And they've got, of course, when it comes to CBD, flower, tinctures, edibles, all kinds of treatment, whether it's pain, stress, anxiety, you name it. And don't forget, on my name, you'll get 20% off. Tell the boys out there that I told you to get on down to VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road, and you can call 954-613-3367. Legal THC, CBD, all of your needs. You go to VSS.
All right, we back. Thank you. Bromar says, good thing no big old theme song. Tired of humming that while I sleep. Oh, I like it. Thank you. Big O making some changes at Onside Radio. I don't know about changes, but we're tweaking, here and there, adding, subtracting, all that stuff. So it's all part of
You're
building.
even multiplying.
Yes, we are definitely. That is the most important thing, is that we multiply in many ways so we can last long. But yeah,
And then divide and conquer.
yeah. We'll have some interesting stuff next week. Actually, stay tuned. Next week will be a memorable one. Next week on the station. Oh, just signed Howard Stern to Onside. Yeah, I wish I could afford him. Right? He just re-signed now for 5 years on Sirius, and he's working from home now. I can't imagine how much money he's making. I mean, it's just that guy. God bless him, bro. God bless him, how he's been able to just make one monster living. And listen, he's a great interviewer, man. He'll get people to say stuff that they normally wouldn't say. And I think he's gotten to the point that it's so infamous now that when you go there, you know that there's going to be some mea culpa involved, right? When you meet with Howard. So, yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But, he's...
You got to have your P's and Q's, man, with you. And, stay the course, right?
Yep.
Because he will lead you down the rabbit hole.
Yep. It's interesting. Let's see. It says, Bill, you really need a shave and a haircut. Although they say nice Ray-Bans. What else do we have here?
The only sunglasses I wear, man.
Yeah, there you go. What else do we have? Bill looks like one of my students when they are when they are going to do my exams or something. Is that what you mean, Rosendo? Let's see. It's the Big O Show jingle. Yes, sir. Herman, any lingering effects from COVID? How you doing, Herman? How you doing, my brother? He says nothing at all. Good. I like to hear that. Let's see. Oh, did you see Devontae Smith go off on Saturday? Can you imagine Williams, Parker, and Smith, Najee Harris, Aaron Jones in the backfield next season? Love it. They need a running back. They need a speed receiver. And with that first pick with Houston, I probably will get a receiver. Big O, what about a Dolphins pregame show next year? Maybe I'll do it for the playoffs if we get a bar to go to. If we get a bar, I definitely will go. I definitely will do a pregame. So if you own a sports bar, you have a friend, family member that owns a sports bar and wants to be a sponsor of the show and host our pre and post game show, we would love to do it. We got our salespeople right now working on that. So if your business or somebody out there that knows and they want to bring the on-side pre- and post-game show, look, by next year, I hope to sell and have a Hurricanes pre- and post-game show and a Dolphins pre- and post-game show every Saturday. Okay? That is what I'm hoping for in this process. So we'll see. But, I mean, listen, we're now starting our 7th week. So we're still, like, in our infancy stages at this point in time. Let's see. Big O, you still dodging the question about Kozlowski. What do you want me to tell you about Kozlowski? Oh, come on. Get it to linebacker.
That's the point.
I'm dodging that. I'm dodging linebacker questions from 40 years ago. Big O, what are the Finns' chances catching the Bills, or do we have a chance of winning the division? Both, man. Both. The Bills are a better team, but if Miami brings their A game, they got a shot for sure at getting it done. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay? Yesterday, over the weekend, we gave you our picks. We went 4-1 against the number. just in case. We are now 30-29 against the number. We were 2 under 500 before this. So now we are 4-1. We're 30-29. I'm not picking a game tonight. The Ravens are favored by 8. The over and under is 45.5. I can't lean to either one of those right now. I will give you our picks later on in the week, and we'll tell you what we think about the upcoming week. But really nice week for us, going 4-1. For those of you that don't know, we took Detroit +3. They beat your Bears 34-30. We took Miami minus 11.5. They won by 12. That's 2-0. We took the Patriots. It was picking, and they won 45-0. The Chargers are such an easy team to bet against. We were 3-0 at that point. We took the over 45 New Orleans and Atlanta. They only scored 37, man, so we lost that one. And then last night we had the Bills picking, and they won 34-24. So we ended up 4-1 on the weekend. That's a pretty good day, as they say. So now we're a game above 500. Now we need to get on a roll and go way above 500 like we did in the NBA playoffs this year. Okay? That's the next step, and we'll give you all of that down the line. The MLS Cup is set. Seattle defeated Minnesota in a crazy-ass game last night, 3-2. Columbus over New England, 1-0. So Saturday, December 12th, 8 p.m., Columbus and Seattle. Seattle right now, it's either picking or Seattle by half a goal, depending on what line you're looking at. But that's right now. I have Seattle plus 167, and I have Columbus plus 143 in the money line there as the MLS Cup is set. What else do we have here? Let me see. Big O, why do you think Kyle Van Noy is upset with the Miami media? I heard your interview with Josh Tolentino. I thought it was kind of half-ass, but Tolentino kind of filled me in that Kyle Van Noy is kind of a jerk all the time. And my other producer, not Bill, but Tito was like all over this from the get-go. He was like, man, this guy's always angry, always going after the media. You know what I think it is? I think it's Belichick. I just think that he was so long with Belichick and everything that went on that he's kind of like a bitter dude against the media. But yeah. And I didn't think it was anything that serious. Willie says, I'm laughing after your reaction to the cause question. Then Super Boom Shack says, Big O, tell me your thoughts on Andra Franklin. Big O, have you seen a rookie been criticized as heavily as Tua, especially after starting 5 games? Well, locally, we did a number on Tannehill. Locally, Fiedler got a lot of criticism. A lot, dude. Okay? Fiedler was one of those guys that I think you knew that he wasn't an upper echelon quarterback and a franchise guy. And he was, it's not something that I think any of us ever thought he would be. But he did go kind of underappreciated. I don't think people really gave him the credit he deserves, and especially at times when he was injured, because he was injured a lot, and he played through some of those injuries. And I always admired Fiedler because I thought he was a tough dude and was a really good leader for the team. It's just he lacked the arm strength that you needed at times. That out pattern was something that he could not throw. You would have to roll him out to the right or to the left in order for him to complete that out pattern. And so he had some limitations, and those limitations obviously got in the way. But he did a solid job for this team for what it was at that time. And he got a lot of criticism. I mean, it was heavy. Trying to think of some of the guys around the league that got a lot of criticism. RG3 got his share of criticism, but he got a lot of praise that first year. Kirk Cousins got a lot of criticism, no matter what he did in Washington or now in Minnesota. To a certain extent, people have never kind of believed in Kirk. There are guys in the past that the problem is we're prisoners of the moment, and we think that Tua right now is the guy that's been beaten up the most, and really that's not a fair statement. It's not an accurate statement either. You know, this kid's been beaten up a little bit, but I mean, Drew Brees was killed his first couple years in San Diego with the Chargers. Wow, I can say San Diego because it was the San Diego Chargers in those days. So, yeah, I mean, he's not the first. Andy says, Tua doesn't score enough points, Big O. Well, it would help if you have better talent. It would help if you had a established running back. It would help if you had an established offensive line that can run block. It would help if you had a receiver that can get behind defenses. It's hard to overcome a ton of things when you're a rookie. If you're a seasoned veteran, maybe you'll be a little bit more craftier at overcoming this stuff. But as a rookie with no offseason, it's hard, man. Let's see. Stop picking on Andy. Oh, Andy Dalton. Chad Pennington throws to out routes. Took 3 days to get there. Yep, that's right. Jay Fiedler was a great dude. I met him at a Toyota party at Pembroke Pines. Dude is a big-ass dude. Very nice guy. Jay's a class act, man. Jay's a class act. Who is the second best coach in Dolphin history? Loving Flores right now. Still early, though. Wow. Never thought of that. Second best coach in Dolphin history has to be Jimmy Johnson. Because he made the playoffs 3 times in 4 years. Think about that. I know that we could go Wannstedt because he had a couple of 11-win seasons, 1 10-win season, which I think he didn't make the playoffs that 10-win season. But he had 2 11-win seasons. I think he made the playoffs 1 year at 9. So I know you could go Wannstedt, but I would go Jimmy as my second best head coach in Dolphin history right now. Flores can pass him up in a couple of years, but I'll go Jimmy. That would probably I can in my right mind put Wannstedt. You know, Wannstedt was one of the nicest human beings in the world, easy to root for, but I just didn't think he was a great head coach. He was way too conservative for my liking for a head coach. So I'm going to go, for now, Jimmy Johnson, okay? And he built a hell of a defense, too. So he left, and that defense helped provide the Dolphin fans some decent football in the late 90s to early 2000s, you know? So that's where I got to give them a little bit of love. But that's an interesting question. Second best Dolphin coach in history by Mystery Dad 73. I like that one. That's a twisted question. Super Boom Shack says, I'm going to fall forward fast and pick Sean Cameron. Oh, Sham Cameron. Oh, you're talking about Cam Cameron, Sham Cameron. Okay, I got you. B-Flow got that fire under my belly when he says they are like my kids. Yep. You got to love that, right? I mean, that's definitely the kind of stuff that you got to admire. All right, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the program, that's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the show, the other way to reach out to us is on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always. Always appreciate the support that we get on all of our pages and everything else going on the show. I thank you so much for all of that. We are going to wrap it up here on the show, folks. It is unfortunately a short one today, but we appreciate all of you out there for tuning in. How long did we do? Did we do 2 hours there or something? Did we come close to it? What time did we start?
Yes, we did. We did too.
We did too? Okay. So
or really close to it.
Okay. I got a little bit more work to do. I appreciate all of you out there for always tuning in and supporting the show. Tune into Onside Radio. We got a whole bunch of things always going on at Onside Radio. And for those of you right now, if you go over to Onside Radio, Clay Ferrero is going to be on now for another half hour. And then at 5 o'clock, my man Austin Robillard is going to be on, filling in for Kalen Kyle and Inside Football. Austin actually will be back on Saturday. He's got his own show on Saturdays. It's called Red Card Radio. So we're going to give you a soccer show throughout the week, and then we're going to give you one on Saturday from 11 to noon on Onside Radio. So take a listen to Austin at 5 o'clock. Always appreciate all of you out there for always supporting our podcast. We'll see you tomorrow, as always. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know what time it's going to be. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow with the football game going on here and all the craziness that's going to be going on here. So I'm not exactly sure, but we will try to see if we can get a show in tomorrow. Thursday for sure we'll be at Toyota of Hollywood, and then Friday we'll be at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. We thank our super chatters. Jesse, Minneapolis, thank you very much. I guess they timed this year. They're saying 99 minutes is what we did. 99 minutes. Super Boom Check
99
says,
Luft balloons.
yes. He says, wear a mask, be safe. You all out there, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll try to rock and roll again tomorrow. Love you all out there. Thank you for downloading. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your support and our sponsors. You're absolutely awesome. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Y'all be good out there.
Stay safe. If we cannot be tomorrow, we'll definitely be Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
No doubt.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So tomorrow, folks, maybe.
Thank you all.
Maybe. Oh, enjoy the football tonight.
Definitely.
Stay safe.